Hey guys, so I know it has been a while since I did a video. You guys are like, it's really only been a week and a half, we don't care to hear from you that much, but I feel like it's been a while since my last video. School started back last week, and it has been really crazy. It's been crazy good. I mean, I'm really excited for everything this school year brings, but it's been really busy, so I haven't really had the time to just sit down and do makeup. That being said, the look I'm gonna do today is kind of what's just been my go-to look every day for work, because I wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm not about to beat my whole face at 5 o'clock in the morning because I choose sleep over looking really good at work, personally. You're gonna have to excuse my voice, it's a little hoarse. I have to get used to talking all day again. But I really haven't even been yelling. I have to get used to talking all day again, and that is kind of wearing on my voice, so you're gonna have to excuse that. I apologize, I sound a little raspy. The look I'm gonna do today, it's all drugstore products. Well, not necessarily drugstore, it's all products that are under or around $10, because I understand that not a lot of people have the money to just go out and blow 50 bucks on a foundation, which, let's be honest, I really don't either, but I do it anyway. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do today. So if you wanna see kind of what my everyday look has been lately and how to get a nice kind of fresh face, natural look on a budget, then keep on watching. So let's get into it. I'm gonna put my hair back first. Y'all, I haven't washed my hair. I'm not gonna tell you how long it's been since I washed my hair, actually, because I am ashamed. I'm like 90% dry shampoo right now, but it's fine, it's fine. We're not gonna worry about it. So the first product I'm gonna use is a product that I've actually been in love with. I bought it just kind of wondering, I wonder if this is good, and I really like it. It is the L'Oreal Paris BB Cream. It's the Magic Skin Beautifier. The thing that I really like about this is that it primes, it hydrates, it corrects your skin tone all in one, so I don't even have to use a primer with this, and it's pretty good throughout the day. It's got a weird little applicator, so I just kind of will stripe it down my face, and then I blend it in. It comes out white, so when I first bought it I was like, oh my god, what is this? But then it kind of blends into your skin tone, so I'm just going to use my foundation brush that I always use to just buff that into my skin. I really like this because it is not a heavy coverage product. It's not like crazy coverage. It leaves your skin feeling really light, but it still does correct any imperfections or any discoloration that you might have on your skin. And honestly, I love the way that it just blends into your skin tone. And it still feels like you can still see my freckles, you can still see all that through it, which I don't really mind. It's definitely not full coverage. It's very light coverage, but it just kind of corrects everything and makes everything all the same kind of skin tone, which is good. So after I kind of buff this into my skin, I am going to go in. I'm going to go in with, you know, my favorite concealer, the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I did find some Shape Tape the other day, y'all, but I found it. But I promised myself that I was going to do a kind of drugstore products look, so I look forward to using this in a video. But I haven't really been using it that much lately because it's a very full coverage concealer and it would look really weird on a very light coverage kind of base. So I'm just going to take this concealer and brighten up my under eye area, because waking up at 5 o'clock in the morning, I've definitely got some bags. And I know a lot of you guys are like, we wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning or earlier every single day. We didn't have a summer off, and I'm like, okay, I know. But that's why it's been harder to adjust to waking up early, because I'm still on summer mindset kind of. So I've been like, you know, sleeping late. So I'm just gonna buff that out with my beauty blender, just a damp beauty blender, and I'm just gonna push that into my skin. I got this little baby beauty blender in a Sephora Play box. This is one thing in here that's not under $10. I think these retail for $16, maybe, these little tiny ones, but I think they come in a pack of 2, so I could be wrong, I don't know. But I was stoked when I got it in my play box, because I don't have a beauty blender right now. I'm waiting on mine to come in. I ordered one. I ordered the Morphe beauty sponge offline, so I'm waiting on that to come in. So I was really excited when I got this, And like the Sephora Play Box, you guys, if you don't do it, you need to. It's only $10 a month. And this month I got a stick foundation, a perfume sample, a hair volumizing spray, a Glam Glow moisturizer, and those are like hella expensive, so I was excited to try that. I really liked it so far. But what else did I get? I got this little baby beauty blender, the foundation stick, the perfume sample, the hairspray, and there was one other thing, I don't remember, but this month's box was really, really good. So if you like beauty stuff and you're the kind of person who likes to try stuff before you buy it, because I definitely am. I mean, you guys have seen how many sample size things that I use. It's ridiculous. So I will always buy the little kind of trial size before I try something, because I'm always so hesitant to try stuff. To set my under eye, I am going to use this e.l.f. Ooh, it's dirty. This e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I really like e.l.f. brand stuff. They kind of get a bad rap because they are kind of, you know, cheap, but they're really not. I mean, I am a big fan. So I'm going to use this to set my under eye, and it's just a pressed powder. It's translucent. It doesn't have any flashback, which I really like too, because a lot of translucent powders, especially drugstore brands, they have a lot of flashback if you take a flash picture or something like that. You know, when you take a picture and it's white, that's what I'm talking about when I say flashback, and nobody wants that really. So I'm just going to use that to set all of the areas that I put concealer, and it's a very fine powder. Like, it goes on and it feels very soft and it doesn't feel really powdery. So I really, really enjoy this setting powder. Another one I've been using a lot lately is the NYX HD Studio Photogenic Finishing Powder. Wow, that's a mouthful. It's just a loose powder, and it is so fine. I love this stuff because I really like setting powders that are really fine and they really kind of fill in everything that needs to be filled in and really help set that concealer. And so I really do like this stuff. The downside is it does have a lot of flashback. This e.l.f. HD powder does not, but this kind of does have a lot of flashback, so you have to use it very sparingly if you plan on taking any flash pictures. If you're just wearing it to work, which I usually am, but if you're just wearing it to work or something like that, I mean, unless you're doing a photo shoot at work, which, you know, by all means, but that is kind of one downside to that NYX powder. And then I'm going to go over everything with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte powder. I really like this because it keeps my skin matte all day. I tend to get pretty oily up here, like in my T-zone, I get pretty oily throughout the day, and so this just helps keep my skin really matte. But I do have to be careful because it is kind of a full coverage powder, so I have to make sure that it's not getting too heavy, because you don't want to go powder on powder on powder, and that's how you start to look cakey, and nobody wants that. So I didn't get to see the solar eclipse today. That was today, and I was watching it on the NASA live stream with my kids, and my kids were like, why can't we go outside? I was like, because you go blind, and it kind of scared them. But that was really cool. It was really cool to be able to see, but I didn't get to see it outside. I wish that I did. Our older kids in the school got the little glasses and got to go outside and see it, and I was kind of jealous of that. I didn't get to, but looking online and looking at all the pictures, it looks really, really cool. And my kids kind of didn't get the importance of it or why it was so cool until I showed them the live stream online, and it was blacked out, and they were like, that's the sun. I was like, yeah, dude. And so that was really cool. It was really cool to see. So anyways, brows. Where's my brow thing? There it is. I'm going to use the NYX Micro Brow Pencil. It's almost out. Yeah, it's almost out. And instead of doing a big dramatic brow, I'm just going to kind of fill in my natural brow shape. I'm really not even going to trace it out. I'm just going to fill it in so that I have a little bit of brows, because my brows are really light. This is a little lighter than my natural hair color, the color I have right now, and so that's what color my brows are too, and my lashes when I don't have lash extensions in, so thank God for that. I'm just going to take this and just kind of fill in my natural brow shape just so I have brows. I don't want to do a big dramatic brow for work. I don't, because who cares? I'm around 7-year-olds all day, and they're not going to be like, oh girl, your brows are looking good. Although I have had kids say that before, and I'm just always like, oh, thank you. I am going to do a little contour. I'm going to use the e.l.f. contour palette and the e.l.f. illuminating palette. So for the contour, I'm just going to go in with this kind of warm shade right here with my brush. Where's my contouring brush? There it is. I'm just going to go in with this warmer shade right here and just do it right under my cheekbones, nothing too crazy. This is the contour palette that I used forever before I finally invested in a high-end bronzer, and I really like it. I like how it has a lot of skin tones, and you can kind of use the lighter colors for highlighting if you want to. They're not shimmery, but you can use them for a kind of base under a more shimmery highlight if you want to. This is hitting pan. Oh man. So I'm just going to contour all the areas that I usually do, but nothing too crazy. I love this palette. I love it so... as it falls out. Whatever. I love this palette. For my highlight, I'm going to use the e.l.f. Illuminating palette. I'm going to go in with just this kind of pinkier shade. This is definitely not, it's not like a blinding highlight or anything. It just gives you a little bit of glow. But as far as drugstore highlighters go, it's not bad. I mean, it's definitely more of a natural glow. So if you're looking for something more dramatic, I can't help you out there because I always just use this one. And I think it is good if you just want a little bit of glow on your cheekbones, but you're not trying to blind the world, especially not if you're going to work or just kind of going to, I don't know, the grocery store or something like that. You don't need to blind people, although I've done it before. But I'm just going to highlight all the places that I usually highlight, and it just gives a nice soft little glow. I am a big fan of this palette, and it is definitely inexpensive. I don't want to say cheap because it's not. I mean, the quality is good, but it's definitely not expensive. So you see, it just kind of gives a little natural kind of glow. It just brings a little glowiness to your skin, you know. And then for eyes, I'm going to be real. I don't really do a lot of eye makeup during the day. So I usually just will throw on some eyeliner, throw on some mascara, and be done. So that's what I'm going to do because I'm not going to pretend that I do more than I actually do because I don't. So for my eyeliner, I'm going to use the Maybelline Line Stiletto liquid eyeliner. As far as drugstore liquid eyeliners go, this stuff is bomb. It is a little bit harder to control because it's kind of long and the brush on it is kind of long. I don't know if you can even see that. It's a little bit hard to control, but I really like it. It's really pigmented and really dark and really liquidy, and it just goes on nice. So I'm just gonna draw a line on my upper lash lid. Oh, my voice is cracking. I can't talk and line at the same time. I apologize. So I'm just gonna draw a line on my upper lash lid and just kind of wing it out a little bit because I feel incomplete without a little wing. And then I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side. But it has lasted me a long time, and I think this liner was like, I don't know, $8 or something. I could be totally wrong. It could be $15, but it wasn't expensive. I mean, that's why I bought it, because I'm always looking for cheaper kind of, not dupes really, but just kind of cheaper versions of the products I already use, because I don't want to use my expensive stuff on a regular basis. Like, oh god, that was thicker than I meant for it to be. I don't want to use my high-end products every day. I still want to look good, but I don't want to use a $50 foundation just to go to work all day, because I'm with 27-year-olds all day. So I don't have anybody to impress really, but I still want to look like a human. So I don't use my high-end stuff at work. Wow, I cannot talk in line at the same time. That eye's thicker than this one. Does that happen to you guys? I mean, when I do my liquid liner, I'll do one side, I'll be like, man, that looks bomb. And then I'll do the other, and I'm like, man, that looks bomb too. And then I try to match them, and then they don't match. And I end up going back and forth. And trying to get it perfect, and then I just end up with kind of a raccoon eye. That happens. I hope it happens to y'all too, and I'm not just like, oh, I suck. So that's all I'm going to do for liner. And then for my lashes, I'm going to use the Covergirl Full Lash Bloom Mascara. I love this stuff. It really is good. It's very volumizing and very lengthening. Like I said, I cheat. I have lash extensions, but when I don't, I still use this because I think it's really good. And it's really dark, and it really just pulls your lashes up and makes them look nice. And then I'm gonna do a little on my lower lash line. This voice cracking though, I'm sorry. The faces I make when I do mascara. And that's really about it. And I'm gonna go in with this setting spray. It's the NYX Matte Finish Setting Spray. So I bought this, I'm sure you guys have seen this if you look online for reviews or anything. I bought this because my husband sent me this link that he found on Reddit that was this girl reviewing this, and she was something like she got hit by a car, was in the hospital and all this, and she was like, my makeup did not move. And I was like, oh, okay, I need to buy that, because if you can go through all that and your makeup is still on your face, then I need this. And honestly, it is so good. I mean, my makeup stays put and it stays matte, which is important to me because I do, like I said, tend to get a little oily. And so I love this stuff. And it's not too liquidy. You don't feel like you're just spraying liquid on your face. So if you haven't seen that review, it's really funny. On one end, I'm like, oh wow, that girl got hit by a car and people are finding humor in it, but she was okay, obviously, because she left this review. So it's really funny. You need to look it up if you enjoy funny reviews on things, which I do. I have to look at the review on stuff before I buy it. So yeah, you should look it up because it's funny. But it really does work really well, and it leaves my skin matte all day and my makeup stays where it's supposed to, because I run around like a crazy person all day, so my makeup's got to stay in place. And then for lips, I'm going to use the NYX Lip Lingerie liquid lipstick. My go-to drugstore products are usually NYX, L'Oreal, and E.l.f. And then I use the Maybelline concealer, which is my go-to, but other than that, I really love those brands. I know there's a lot of other really good brands out there, so I'm not saying those are the only drugstore brands out there, but I really like those as far as lower cost options for cosmetics. So this color is a little bit light for my preference, but it just gives me a little something. This shade is shade 3. I don't know what the shade is actually called. Lace Detail, maybe, is that the shade name? But it's number 3. There's one that I like a little better. It's number 8. I don't know where it is though, but I know that it's number 8. So that's it. That's it. That's all I do in the mornings. It takes about 5 minutes, 10 minutes maybe. And if you're like me and you choose sleep over a full face, then all these products will work really well for you. This BB cream is so good. It's a little bit dark for my skin, honestly, but the lighter shade was too light. When I did it on my hand, it was really light. So it matches to your skin tone pretty well. It's a little bit dark, and that's really sad because it's the shade light. So I'm so white, but I'd rather be white than have skin cancer, so I don't tan, and spray tans are too expensive and they get kind of crusty looking after a while. So I embrace the paste, you know, and you should too. Don't risk your skin life just to be tan. It's not worth it, but that's a whole other rant. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It was a really short one, but I hope it's really helpful. I will link all the products down below, and if there is anything else you guys want to see me do, if there's any specific drugstore products that you like that you want to see me try, or if you're just trying to help a sister out, be like, hey, you should buy this, it's cheap. I don't like the word cheap. It doesn't cost a lot and it's really good. Let me know, because I'm always looking for lower cost stuff. I love my high-end stuff. I love it. I will continue to buy, you know, Smashbox, Tarte, Urban Decay, Too Faced, all of those wonderful products. I will continue to buy them because they are wonderful, but I am always looking for lower cost options, like I said, especially for going to work during the day, because I don't want to use a $50 foundation, $40 concealer, you know, all of that just to go to work. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope this look is helpful to you. I hope that you can use it. If you do use it, let me know. Let me know how it works out for you. If you use any of these products, let me know how they work out for you. Again, I'm really sorry about the voice. I'm sorry it's been a while since I made a video, but I'm here I am, and I hope you guys have a wonderful week. I hope some of you got to see the solar eclipse today. I'm really jealous that I didn't, but yeah, that's about it. I hope everybody has a good week, and I will see you later. Goodbye.